Good evening and welcome to Sports Federation TV. This is the show where we talk about all kinds of sport, from cycling, cricket, softball, tennis, even skateboarding. Tonight, my name is Alton Davids and I'll be your host. Today we've got an exciting show. We're chatting, following up from last week, we're chatting more softball, we're chatting to Tableview Tornadoes, we're chatting to Crusaders softball, we're also chatting surfing, and we're chatting the Coke Cup. The Coke Cup is the final that happens tomorrow. So as you know, a few weeks ago we highlighted and showcased football for 4 weeks, talking about the Coke Cup, and now we've moved off Coke Cup and we're focusing on softball. So let's move our attention to softball. Young man Bruce, you well?
Very well, thank you.
Good. Carl, you good?
Yeah, 100%, thanks.
Thanks for coming into the studio. Your club is called Tableview Tornadoes. Tell us a bit about it. Where is it based? Give us a bit of history.
We're a very new club. We started last year, and we're based at the Tableview Sports Complex in Tableview, and we basically looking to develop softball in this area, the greater Tableview area. Currently there are literally hundreds of school children playing softball in Tableview, and the area around Tableview, with nowhere to go once they get out of school area, because the nearest clubs are quite some distance away across town. So that's our goal going forward into the future, is to actually develop softball as a growing sport in the Tableview area.
How many members do you have in your club?
We have about 30 at the moment in total, and that at the moment we've got 2 teams entered in the senior ladies leagues. We are also looking to develop at least 1 junior team, and then obviously growing the junior team, and then in the longer term we're looking to develop masters and men's teams going forward into the future. But currently we are on 2 teams, and we're looking to grow steadily.
and it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day.
No, absolutely. And it's all about getting out there and letting people know about it, letting people know what softball's about, bringing to their attention that we're almost there in terms of being selected as one of 5 sports to go to the 2020 Olympics in Japan. So we're very excited about what that can do to raise awareness for the sport. And we think it's at the point, hopefully, where it's just a rubber stamp next year. But that's certainly the kind of thing that can provide the vision and the passion and motivate people. Everybody, even any child sitting being 10 years old or 9 years old or 8 years old, can identify with a vision that says, where do I go to with this sport? Or the Olympics in 2020 or 2024 for that matter.
Definitely. Carl, as the head coach, what's it been like taking a young team into the league?
It's been phenomenal. Look, I joined last year and was blown away with the young talent that was there. And what's great about the team is that we've got a vast range of ages. Our youngest player being 14, and our oldest player, let's leave it at 40 plus. and that's the beauty about the sport. All shapes, sizes, and ages. And we're very excited that, I said, we started with 1 team last year. We've got a 2nd team this year. Very excited about it. A lot of young talent out there. I was fortunate to get involved with the Northern District schools, where we identified a lot of talent. And like Bruce rightly said, is that there's a lot of talent out there that's sort of not going on to the next level, and that's what we're all about. And look, they're a phenomenal bunch of ladies. Trying, as any sport, and coaching, multiple people and different levels as well. We've got, as I say, from very beginners that are throwing a ball for the very first time. And we're blessed with some very experienced players. And in fact, Bruce's daughter at the moment is actually representing Cape Town softball at the tournament in Mafra King. So we have a vast variety of talents and abilities, which is, as a coach, is a blessing.
And that's an interesting part of being a coach, is that you're having to shape all the different levels into one. To try and get 100%. The end product, so that you can have a team that can take the field and deliver on a goal.
Absolutely. One of my core things is going to basics. We actually started quite early in the season already. We did a bit of indoor training where I took all the girls, and obviously some girls came from other clubs or wherever we used to play in the past, very bad habits, never really been shown the mechanics properly, and I think we took them back to basics and started from scratch. and we focused very much on the basic mechanics. Especially with new players, and a lot of girls can really throw a ball hard, but they come with bad mechanics. Playing netball in the past, being taught netball at school, they have a very much a pushing motion, not a throwing motion. So we spent a lot of time, and are still spending a lot of time, on getting basic mechanics. I think it helps the longevity of the player going forward. That it sort of they go through a season injury-free because they're actually throwing the ball correctly, and that's something that we are, and we've decided from the very beginning that we are extremely passionate about, especially with the younger players. Like you said, with the Olympics coming up, let's start preparing them, and I think mechanics is absolutely critical, and you enjoy the game better when you can throw the ball, and it doesn't. And what's nice is that these girls are now learning that you don't have to be big, muscular to be able to throw a ball hard. Just basic mechanics changes the way the ball travels through the air, and so that's been very exciting and a challenge, but very exciting to see the development of the girls.
And you're right, it's about technique rather than force.
Correct.
The same applies to golf. When you hit a golf
Correct.
ball, it's not about how hard you hit the ball, but it's about the technique. And if you get
100%.
the ball on that sweet spot, it will travel. I mean, the same with the softball. If you hit that ball in the correct spot on that bat, and you step into the ball with a level swing, the
Yes.
ball's going to take flight.
100%.
And that's
100%.
the basic. Tell us what's happening in the club. I believe you had a fun festival this past couple of weeks.
Yes, we were very encouraged by that. We had a fun festival at the Tableview Sports Complex. We got quite a few clubs involved in the process, and it was very much about bringing the softball out into our community, showing it to everybody, showing them what we've been up to, and helping us to develop an awareness of the sport in that area. And that's what it was all about, and everybody thoroughly enjoyed it. And it was more about having fun at that stage.
So what was the average age of the participants? Was it juniors and seniors, or was it a seniors tournament?
We went all the way from 13, 14 years old to I would not like to hazard a guess, but let's stick to 40 plus. But 40 plus.
Yep.
And I think that's the important thing about something like softball, is that it can involve people of all ages, from the juniors all the way up to the masters and even beyond. And it's important to take a look at it in the holistic approach like that. I might add, we've taken very much a broader view on the whole process, in terms of what we're doing and what we're looking at. We've partnered, for example, with a fitness company in Fit for You, who've been doing all our conditioning, developed programs specifically for softball and for what our girls need and what they need in their training, which takes it outside of just the pure mechanics of that. They also have a full rehabilitation. So if we're in the situation where anybody gets injured, they've got the biokineticists who can assist, who can develop programs, who can develop rehabilitation programs. So that's looking at it in a holistic approach, and that's very much the way we want to go forward in terms of looking at it, as look at it a big whole, a big picture.
Definitely. Carl, like any top class coach, the coach is only as strong as the team he has
Absolutely.
or she has around him. And you've surrounded yourself with the Fit for You group who are specialists in their field.
Yep.
Does that make your job easier as a coach?
Oh, absolutely. When it allows me to concentrate on the game itself. When I've got specialists, experts in the field that are teaching, and they're looking at individuals. They look at you individually and say, look, your motor skills here are wrong, your motor skills there are wrong, and they actually work on those on an individual level, which is, we're extremely blessed to have that. And long term, it's going to make a huge difference. And like Bruce rightly said, we just started from the beginning that we want to do this properly. We want to grow a club that anybody that joins us has the equal opportunity to be able to get fit, stay in shape, recover from injuries, and then get the basics of softball and get the mechanics and move forward like that. So yeah, absolutely, it makes my job 100% easier.
Okay, can I ask the question, how did you fare in the last season?
Well, the last season, look, it was our very first season. We sort of ended mid-table, which was great. Big hopes this year. A lot of hard work has been put in, especially behind the scenes. My personal goal, is to advance per season. So a lot of hard work lies ahead.
And you coaching both teams?
At the moment. So anybody out there looking for a coaching job, please get hold of us. Volunteer, absolutely. Please get hold of us.
I think it's important to mention at this point in time that softball participation, or any sport participation for that matter, but specifically softball, it's about participation not just for the players. So anybody out there who wants to get involved, being umpires, scorers, coaches, be sure to contact us, because it's about getting involved in the sport, not just necessarily as a player. If you're keen on that, remember that umpires also represent the country. Go
Correct.
to national championships, go to world championships, so go to the Olympic Games. So you can represent your country in more ways than just playing. Also participating in things like umpiring, scoring, etc.
And that's the key for any parent who's involved in the club, is that there's an opportunity for you to plow back even if you're not playing.
Yes.
Gentlemen, it's been fun. Thank you for your time. How do people get hold of your club if they want more information?
We've got an email address, tableviewsoftball, all lowercase, @gmail.com, and they can also go to our Facebook page, Tableview Tornadoes Softball. Anytime, pop us an email, and we'll definitely get back to you.
Like the Facebook page, Tableview Tornadoes Softball.
Yeah.
Correct.
Gentlemen, good luck for the season. Carl,
Thank you,
we'll
Elton.
look out on the log and see
Watch
how
the
your team
space.
is, and we'll watch the space.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll chat to Crusaders Softball. See you now.